5 minutes goes by so fast. Wow. All right, here we go. Let's do the show. Hello. How are we doing? It is Monday, November 3rd, 10:11 p.m. Let's get the show started. Let's see. I was looking forward to doing tonight, so let's see how it goes. Where are we at? Here we are. We're here. Boom. Hello. Welcome to My Manic Mondayz, where movies and mental health meet. I'm your host, C.J. Robles. Yolo, what up, dude? There he is. All right, they're showing show comments. Look at you. There you are. Hit no more. That's how it goes, right? Big font. Oh, there you are. There's medium font. So it's small font. All right. Hey, what's up, Josh? What you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well. I am doing the show tonight. We're catching up. Yeah, I've been busy. What else? Oh, I got a little stories to tell. I wanted to do stand-up tonight. And but I was just at home and I just wanted to stay home and be home. But because I got 3 shows this week, so I have to be prepared. There's a improv festival called Out of Bounds Festival, and it's like I believe 3 days of just improv, and it's like 50 plus acts from L.A., Miami, Chicago, Austin, Houston, San Antonio. It's all over the place, so it's supposed to be a really big thing, and I'm looking forward to it. So I've just been kind of focusing on that. I had practice yesterday. I really do like practice. Practice is probably one of my favorite things to do to like unwind, like for mental health stuff too. Like improv practice helps me out. Also, practice in general. So like basketball practice, drawing, anything like that's good for me. So that's why I keep ease sometimes. But yesterday we had practice for improv, and that was fun. That was pretty. Sorry, I'm on this pretty cool chair I found at the Goodwill, $6.99. Came with a free blazer. What do you call it? It's it's like a. I gotta take a picture of it. It's I don't know how to explain it. It looks like a Q-tip. It only has like a bottom part and the seat part and like a stick, and it balances. Like you can kind of. It's a weird looking chair, but it works for here. It actually helps me out here because I don't have to like. I don't know. I got space, and it's literally just like vertical. It's a vertical chair, so I can just chill like this. The couch is comfortable, but I slouch in it and this and I'm plus I'm also like I'm able to stand, but my standing up desk only goes this high, so this is actually perfect for me. So all right, so let's get started on what we're doing. I have I wanted to talk about how many Mondays we have till the end of the year. It's already around the corner. So I know we only have like 60 days left. So it's like 65 days or something. But let's ask Google how many Mondays till the end of the year? And it's gonna tell me that's how many Mondays are in a year. I could easily do this. Let's see, 9 Mondays until the end of the year. I could have easily just counted. All right, so we have 9 Mondays till 2026. Wow, 2025 has been such a learning curve, growth, loss. It's kind of what I'm doing tonight, Dia de la Noche. Because like Dia de las Muertes was 2 days ago, I guess yesterday and the day before. And I want to talk about it a little bit. I'm not religious or Catholic, but I do believe in honoring our past friends and family, kindred spirits. I believe in that kind of stuff, or just I just know still think they're around in somewhat way, memory, feeling somehow, photo. But I think yeah, like we could talk about it a little bit more my culture. I mean everything I do now with improv so far has been more Latin, Hispanic. So I'm really getting back to my roots. But myself, I'm an adult, so I can choose to, hang out, do whatever. Sorry. Oh yeah. Oh, so check it out. I got pulled over today. I was too brown in the wrong neighborhood. I was like in the I had to go to work in rich ass Austin today, and they decided it's like northwest. It's like an hour and 40 minutes from my house, and I got pulled over. I realized I haven't been pulled over. I didn't get pulled over one time in my 30s, so I couldn't even remember. I think I was like 26 or 27 last time I got pulled over. But yeah, I literally got pulled over. I mean, it felt like that. Like it was like, what's the problem? And it's like, so I got a warning or something like that, or a citation. I don't know what I got. I got something, but um, but it was funny because it got me. I like my brain to calm me down. Really, just started going into like bits. Like I just want to talk about this. I didn't want to talk. That's why I wanted to do stand up tonight. I wanted to complain and do a little set, but I just rather be home. But I was like, when I just think I thought that was funny. Like I was just sitting there just writing jokes because the way the guy cop looked, I was like, dude, like super old with like a helmet on and glasses and a jacket and a motorcycle. Like I'm not intimidated, man. Like it's crazy. Um, but I don't know. It's a funny experience, like life experience. So stuff like that, when that happens to me, I was just kind of like, I need to write about this. Learning how to process things. Like for me, writing it's a creative thing. So like I have a background in creative writing. So creative writing is just telling something, making a story, just thinking of something, BS, bullshit, whatever, right? So that's where that comes from. But I'm learning to connect things with my life on a lot of my projects now, and those are taking me a little bit longer because I'm like, oh, I mean, quicker to get to the idea, but I don't know. I just like spending time with it. I was like, oh, I didn't think about this way. I didn't think about that way. Second twist is taking me a little bit of time because I got caught up on the title sequence and I haven't had really time to work on it. Every weekend for I don't know the last 3 or 4 weekends, I have been tied down with the kids. So it's okay though because I'm complaining because I'm not getting these things done, but at the same time I'm having so much fun. Like being dad, it's like that's. I mean, the kids are only 7 and they're 5 and 7 only like for 1 year. They're gonna keep growing and they're getting ruder and having attitude and want to negotiate over everything. Like it used to be so much easier and so much cute, so much fun, but they're growing up and they want to experience things too, and they want to be act tougher and be older. They're children. They're trying to figure it out. Everything they see, they're like sponges they absorb. So yeah, they need me. They need me. So we were supposed to do a K-pop Demon Hunter karaoke, but because even that got hostile. Like I played the wrong song. Hey, I don't want to do soda pop. I want to do golden. I was like, I don't know what song. I just picked the damn thing, and then they got on me, and it turned into a rap battle. And yeah, we candidly got recorded a little bit, but it's just fun. Like it's I don't know how to explain it. It's just spontaneous. I think for an improver or just an actor, a clown, it's really good for my soul. It's really good for just the kids. Like I can't say no. I can't say no to them because they want to do stuff, but it's also they're destructive. So I have to be around them because I'm like, nah, that's mine. Hey, my house is clean. What can I say? It brings like having a clean house removes a lot of stress because they keep coming over, and I have a feeling they're gonna come over again on Saturday. So where I'm treating as I'm using the like what I'm doing now with like a little scheduling because we're gonna do a little series because I want to do a 21-day challenge starting today, with you right now, the viewer, whoever is out there. Josh, if you want to do something, we'll do it together, and we can do check-ins because I did 31. I did the whole. I'm still doing it. Apparently, I'm still watching a horror movie every day. Creature feature apparently. But I did we did all the days of October, 31 days, watched 31 movies, and I really watched it as a fan. Like, I've been watching movies with a purpose. But I want to say that that's even like a habit now. Look how I did that. Like, I've posted. I hate posting. Social media. It's just too much, man. It's too much. It's too much, man. Even this is considered social media, but I like YouTube. And correct me if or guide me a little bit. I think is YouTube maturing a little bit, or because I feel like I can slow down a little bit here, and I should be producing way more content here. But the other stuff, the stuff that for like live shows and getting people to your events and stuff, it's like all the Insta stuff. It's all that, and I feel like YouTube now is like a little bit more calmer. I like spending more time here on YouTube a little bit. But I'm on Facebook as well right now. But that's Facebook. Facebook to me, you an old town to me. Facebook. But you can still use this too. You can learn anything. So what I want to do is just take 21 days to I personally, so whatever you do, whatever, I have it in the description. If you want to do something, you don't have to do it right now. You can do it like whenever. I'm just starting it now. We're gonna use the time from now till because we have a lot of time. We have 8 weeks, so we have 9 Mondays. I think it's counting this one too. But let's just say we're gonna use 8 of them, right? We have 8 Mondays to begin to learn how to do this. So you can mess up and stuff. There's time to grow here, and you don't, New Year's resolution doesn't really count. The only reason I'm doing it is for like taxes and stuff. So that's kind of like the new year, right? So we'll just kind of restart it again. Plus, I wasn't born on New Year's Day or Eve or whatnot, so my birthday's not till March. So I feel like I like using that time from January to March to kind of prepare for my own personal like New Year's resolution. And I do resolutions, I do goals and whatnot. I'm very lazy and like the last few years, just because of being dad, I've been super lazy about it because it's just, I mean, when I saw my buddy that has his son's like 8 months older than mine, when I saw the way he just went from being like always in a suit to just like muscle shirt, shorts, and sandals. And my other buddy too was he was with his like 1 year old and 4 year olds, and he was just like that. And I realized, yeah, you gotta have to be calm and dress. But now I want to get back into like, my kid, he likes dressing up. I got a coat the other day for $8.99. It looks like one of his coats we paid $60 for. So it's like I like dressing up. So posting social media, I like expressing myself a little bit more that way. I did have an issue with a like somebody kind of stalking me, but I finally blocked them a couple months ago, and I haven't seen them. So, but yeah, it's just 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning messages. Hey, what are you doing? I know they're drunk, and I'm like, I'm not drunk. I don't want to talk. I don't just. But they just like, it's just hey, 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 hey. It's like trying to get my attention. I was like, oh, dude, that's weird. But what do you call it? With a weirdo to call someone weird. But what I want to do with this go around, because we're doing stage a lot. We're doing a lot of stage performance lately with Misterios and with Escándalo de la Novela Improv. I want to show you how I practice. Um, I bought this book. I usually keep the receipts in them, so I know exactly when I got this one. And maybe I should start writing the dates down. And look, it's a used book too because it has like already highlight. I didn't put any of that in there. Oh, I love books. By the way, I love books. Um, I love going through them. So this is called 2 Minutes and Under. Glenn Alterman, a Smith and Cross book. It's called 2 Minutes and Under, Character Monologues for Actors. This has like men, women, and like neutral or whatever. But I read them all. I'll read the female parts, and I'll just switch them to like somewhere like a guy. But what I want to do is just kind of see if I could memorize how long it takes me to memorize it, or give myself 30 minutes a day to see if I could just um, memorize or practice memorizing. And that's it, just the 30 minutes, and that's all I'm going to give myself. And then I'll want to start maybe post uploading just to YouTube and putting up like maybe not the whole 30 minutes, but like, 2 or 3 minutes of what I'm doing. And then, because it's you have to, I don't have to record what I'm learning. I don't have to record myself do everything, but what I can do is, like here, I'm going to read a monologue, and just reading it once is good enough. Like, if I read it the same monologue every day for a week, it's helping program yourself. So anything you want to do, like, or you want to stop doing, you're like right now we got yelled at right now because of the candy situation. I mean, we threw away. Dude, I spent $30 on Friday and I got this much candy. But then we went around the neighborhood and we gave away like a pillowcase of candy and we still have like two more cases. So little boy right now, that's why I was a little bit late. Little boy got a little sick and had a little tummy ache and a little too much candy. So we all got we all got in trouble. But what do you call it? Stuff like that. So if you want to like eat healthier, like, because that's what I'm doing too. I already feel it in my body. I've already had enough candy. I had brownies. We bought brownies. God, we bought these brownies. The brownies with the fudge, double fudge, with the frosting on top, and then with the nuts on top, with the pecans. Oh, they're so good. Those are just. I take like one bite every like 5 hours because it's so rich and chocolatey. But then stuff like that, if you want to stop doing something or getting something, or like whatever, it can be anything. It doesn't have to be. I would just say as long as it's not harmful, right? But if you want to read or you want to watch, like I like that. I will say because if you go back to like you see my very first YouTube videos when I was just like whatever, kind of like I am now. You'll see there's one I did with like 21 days of horrors or 31 movie. I tried watching horror movies like that, and I was like, whoa, I'm not ready for this. But now I can just breeze through anything. I think after watching movies with Ben, when we did side by side movies and watching movies like what's that Ryan Gosling movie? Only God knows, or something like that, or only God can judge, something like that. I'm not God, only God. I can look it up, man. But after watching that movie with Ben and then talking about it, I was like, damn, that's like we could watch any movie. Um, yeah, he was on a roll. Yeah, we have our own little segment there for Mr. Ryan Gosling. The heck was this movie? Only God Forgives. Yeah, God, that's a tough one. That's rough. Let's get into it. Oh man, I'll bring it back up on the side by side. This is a rough one. Only God Forgives. 2013, rated R. 1 hour, 30 minutes. Gangster, psychological drama, action, crime, drama, thriller. Julian, a drug smuggler thriving in Bangkok's criminal underworld, sees his life get even more complicated when his mother compels him to find and kill whoever is responsible for his brother's recent death. Director Nicholas Winding Rith, Rith, or Ren. They could probably be that too. Have to be silent. Writer Nicholas Winding Ren. Stars Ryan Gosling, Kristen Scott Thomas, and Viyan Pansiram. Ringarm. Panzringarm. Dude, those are hard names. Look at that. 14 wins, 20 nominations, total awards. This is a rough one. It's rough. Like I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it from the get-go. This is a rough movie.
Me to say this to you. It would pain any mother. If the tables were turned, your brother would have found your killer and brought me his head on a platter.
Yeah, this is good though. It's like just get ready.
Did you get the guy that did it?
It's a little more complicated than that, Mother.
Yeah, this is like all the good parts too. Like this is some really gory parts of this shit.
You want to fight?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that movie's it's rough. But I think Ben was the one that brought it to my attention. So even like that, like having a friend that you're able to like meet on the regular and hang out online when he moved to Dallas. And I met him through improv. So, keeping my acting chops going. So, I mean, anyone in here I can pick. I have quite a few monologue books, and I don't know. I don't even practice them. I just read them. Like I don't try to memorize them. So this is why I'm kind of doing this. My brother just texted me. F them Cowboys. I'm done with fantasy football too, man. I want to focus on this stuff. Fantasy football. Oh, it froze. Fantasy football is I'm taking a break. I'm winning. I'm killing in one league, and I'm dying in another league. And the one I'm dying in, I really wanted to do well, and not working out for me. But let's go. Let's do all right, whatever. F it. So we're doing Herbie 2, Herbie 20s to 40s, the living room of a stranger he just met. After coming up to a stranger's apartment, hopefully for sex, Herbie decides to tell a little about himself. Herbie. Seems funny my being here. It does. See, you really don't know me, so you don't know that this isn't me. I mean, it's me. Yeah, sure. But it's not like typical me. I mean, I've never done this. Come up to a strange woman's apartment middle of the afternoon on my lunch hour. Never. It's a first time ever. See, I'm basically an old-fashioned guy. Big believer in the old how do you do's, introductions, formalities, stuff like that. Why even at work, everything's always in order. My desk perfect, every pencil's always sharpened. I'm like neatness, perfectionist, fanatic. So when I tell you that this is a first, you can believe it. And you can also believe I am more than happy. I'm here and I'm ready. I'm really looking forward to getting to know you. How do you do? So that's all it is. That's a monologue. Now, I just I read it. So I'm getting better. Martin! I don't know where you at, Martin. Where you hiding? Don't be hiding, bro. Oh man, I'm tougher now, bro. Not that tough, and actually not even tough at all. I probably got weaker, but still, Martin's not tough. He kicked my ass. He used to kick my ass. He's a friend. He's my friend's uncle. He's fun. He's a fun guy, dude. Martin's cool. All right, so I just read it. That's all. I just read it just to get comfortable with the dialogue. So now I'm not even gonna try to put any emotion to it. I'm just gonna get more familiar with the beats of what I'm reading here. So like if I were to take like I'm not gonna do the whole episode. We're just gonna do three passes, right? So here you go. Seems funny me being here. It does. See, you really don't know me, so don't know this isn't me. I mean, it's me, yeah, sure, but it's not like typical me. I mean, I've never done this. Come up to a strange woman's apartment in the middle of the afternoon on my lunch hour. Never. It's a first. First time ever. See, I'm basically an old-fashioned guy. Big believer in old how do you do's. Introductions, formalities, stuff like that. Why even at work, everything's always in order. My desk perfect, every pencil's always sharpened. I'm like the neatest perfectionist fanatic. So when I tell you that this is a first, you can believe it. And you can also believe I am more than happy I'm here. And I'm really looking forward to getting to know you. How do you do? So you read the lines, you're getting better, getting more comfortable. Now, this is I'm supposed to memorize this. I to memorize this like right away. Yeah, I would have to I'm just hitting it right. But so now I'm speeding up what I would do. So I would literally read it to myself, so I feel comfortable enough to read it out loud, and then do it. So I'm just doing it, speed chopping it. So now if I wanted to put more, because also too, if somebody would give me a script right here and be like, hey, cold read this, and like I don't know anything about it. I don't know what kind of like the first run, it would be like I'm reading it. So if I'm doing an audition and it's like that, it's gonna be like you're reading the character. So if I'm going to audition and somebody gives me this, first thing I'm gonna do is like try to get comfortable with this character. Who is Herbie? I don't even have to try to put too much. It's just a 20-year-old, it's a 20 to 40-year-old. I've been 20, I've been 30, and I'm on 40. So it's like so I'm like, okay, at any point in my life, okay, this is how I would feel. The living room of a stranger he just met. After coming up to a stranger's apartment, hopefully for sex, Herbie decides to tell her a little about himself. He admits it's a one day stand, de las noches. Oh, you know what? Before we go any further, I have to do one thing. Let me set this up because if I don't set it up, It will. All right. Yeah. Now we should do it soon. Yeah. Let's do it real quick. Let me do what I said I was going to have to do. Sorry, guys. Get this guy. There you download it, right? Yeah. Cool. Sorry. Making more memory. And I don't want to get stuck up with that. All right, cool. All right, so we're doing it for the third time. So now, like, I mean, he sounds a little bit more like a city guy, maybe some, like, you know, like, I don't want to add too much. Just kind of want to just say the lines, make it sound natural. I can make it seem. Seems funny to me. It seems seems funny me being here. It does. See, you really don't know me, so you don't know this isn't me. I mean, it's me, yeah, sure, but it's not like typical me. I mean, I've never done this. Come up to a strange woman's apartment in the middle of the afternoon on my lunch hour? Never. It's a first. First time ever. See, I'm basically an old-fashioned guy. Big believer in old how you do's, introductions, formalities, stuff like that. Well, even at work, everything's always in order. My desk's perfect. Every pencil's always sharpened. I'm like a neatness, perfection fanatic. So when I tell you that this is the first time, you can believe it. And you can always believe I'm more than happy I'm here. And I'm really looking forward to getting to know you. How you do? How do you do? See, so at that point, I'm just getting into this. So just by me reading this 3 times and being here, that counts as a day one of practicing monologue. Now, not necessarily I'm not practicing it because I'm talking and doing the show, but this is where it's a good starting point. I'm already doing so I feel like you can do this for 30 days until you feel as long as you want, but maybe a week and you feel like I want to do more, I want to add more. So you could add more to your thing or maybe you're like I want a cold turkey everything and it's like it's so hard. So maybe you're like, let me restart again. So how about we stop drinking sodas and I'll I smoke cigarettes, so let's stop smoking cigarettes. I drink this, let's stop drinking that. I don't smoke cigarettes, but let's say like I want to, so you can't stop it all at once. So just one thing at a time, right? But doing something into the direction of what you feel more comfortable doing or learning. I just like performing. I like acting. Like I do that for free. So movies and stuff. That's where that's where I want to learn how to do. I'm learning how to make that my income, right? How to make that my bread and butter. Um, I could be I could be uptight with deadlines and be fast and stop letting people behind and stay. But I have a lot of information that I need. I just as soon as that dad button gets pulled, that lever gets pulled, dad, chase me, dad. Hang out. I can't say no. I can't. Like so, I just had to be better at when I wake up early, get the things done that I need to do. Hold myself accountable by making a show where I have 133 Mondays that I've used to weeks to help me better understand who I am as a performer. I don't want to be a broken record. I'm not even going back and watching these old videos. I'm just like they're just out there. Like I am who I am, and if somebody wants to talk about something from there, great. I don't know who's watching them, but this is helping me get better at other things. And you know, I don't know. The YouTube community is pretty cool. I like reading comments on YouTube. I also just like some IGs. I don't know. I keep seeing a lot of AI stuff. And I gotta say, it's not some of it, the humor and the joke is so quick. The AI looks, I, I, I believe it, but then I start realizing there's a bunch of that one video I believe, but I'll see copies of like that a trend or AI trend, and I'm like, like look at this. Let me show you. Like check this one out, Josh. Like this one tripped me out, man. Like let me go to YouTube real quick, and I'm gonna put look at this one, man. This was like, I saw this and I thought this was so real. So I was like, that's funny. But then I was like, well, let me YouTube it real quick. So check it. Look at this.
Out here on the ridge. Rain's picking up, but the view is totally worth it. Whoa, hey, my umbrella!
This looks funny. Like okay, I think I saw this one. I thought this one was real. So I thought that was real. And I said, no way. I lost it. I lost it. Because it looked real, right? And I saw it on Instagram, I think. Or I posted something like that. And I lost it. And I was like, oh, it's AI, man. That's so real. That's like it could really happen too. It looks like it could really happen. Look at this. Look at this.
I'll find you, you stupid monkey!
The audio right now is giving away AI real
Jack,
bad.
New York. How much? Oh, it's a monkey.
Oh no, this is the one I saw.
He's flying. Oh wow, he's gone. Oh, it's a monkey.
It looks so quick, right? It looks like he really did that. Like
He's flying.
but then
Oh wow.
AI, I didn't expect AI. So little things like that are like are oh yeah, brick by brick. Yeah, we gotta go. But also, like, let me tell you something about that brick by brick mentality, which I um, like solid foundation. You gotta have your core, your solid. You gotta have something you can stand on. You gotta stand for something, or you'll fall for everything. When you hear that one, I've heard that it means so much. It's powerful, but I hear it so much. People just push to the side. Like, nah, you have to believe in it. You have to stand for something. My son keeps telling me, "I believe in you. I believe in you. That you can. I believe in you." And it's like it's messing with me. It's messing with me because it's making me believe in myself more than I should. Because I don't. I still have issues. So it's just you wake up and no matter what accolades you do or what you've achieved, it's never good enough, right? So you just keep going. But you can enjoy this journey. You can enjoy the things you do, and we can take our time to get to where we do because we look back and it's like we have something better than nothing. And that manic energy, it sucks. I just ride the wave. I felt like it today. Felt like that on like Saturday. Like it's just a weird because I feel like I beat myself up with this whole title sequence and I'm wasting time and I did finally get back to people got back to me about screening times and so but like it's crazy like it really does fluctuate like what I want to do. Like I've built momentum for this now to do this show, regardless whether anyone's here or not. I can do it. And like I said, I want to go back to stand up on Monday nights. I miss all those cats, and it's a little different environment. But man, I can't like. I'm gonna be out 3 nights this week for theater, and if I were to do stand up and then do stand, it's like you're out 5, 6 nights, and then when I buy like home, and it's not the same. So as you can tell, I like being here and there. You just got to figure out the balance. I think being raised like in a shitty household is something that I'm trying to like just understand or not improve, just understand that it's not as hard as it's difficult and I mean it's simple but difficult yet difficult, but it's not as hard as like the environment. Oh god damn, no, not this one. It's not as there we go, but not that one. That one. There we go. But I noticed that the environment, it's your environment too. So I understand things like that now. And maturity, growing up, I'm 41 now. I guess it's like it is what it is at this point, right? So we just go with it. We go forward with it. We keep going. But I will say that the 21-day challenge that we start today, like me doing this, I've been doing quite a few other things just to see how long I can keep them up, and you start carving time into it. I get very robotic at times. I get very robotic, and I'm doing all this still because I want to finish the movie, and I'm learning right now doing marketing and promotion. So I'm putting that in with this improv stuff, and I'm mixing it all together because I want to get the book done soon, and I already have all the templates and everything ready for a comic book. It's just putting all the content together and looking for it, and time passes and creating new stuff, and it's a lot. It's a lot. I didn't know it was going to be like an open book, but I like this diary journal idea. What I've been doing here with this like interactive vlog is what I call it, but it's literally just journaling. And back in the day, we didn't have filmmaking classes here in Texas, so they did and they didn't. And you have to go like University of Texas. You have to be part of the RTF program, and they're like first of all, you have to get into UT, which is impossible, and then second, you have to be part of the program, and like it's hard. It's like to try to learn, or you can do it yourself, and just jump on what you can. So that's the right idea I'm doing. But at the same time, like after 2020 and seeing how this is, I even think about like, why are you still doing this? You condition yourself to do this. And it's because I want to use my voice. I want to be a public speaker. I've taken classes. I have a mass comm background. I have visual communication degrees. I'm learning and I like sharing. So the more I'm learning how to do this, it's bringing me here. I just don't want to be a full-time 100% content creator at the moment. Maybe down the line, but I just don't want to. I like actually having a job and having things to go to. Even though today I got pulled over, but I was great for material. Nothing happened, I guess, out of it so far. Um, but I have to like think about things like that. Like it's growing up in life. Life's gonna come at you in a which way, and when things get too stagnant or they stay down that path, and it just I feel like I'm gonna break, and it's gonna you got to keep going. But it's just sometimes you'll feel a little lost or loopy because you're like, oh, I don't know what's going on. It's like I was watching was it Alien Resurrection? They had a scene where they go underwater and they got to go by like, hey, we're gonna have to go submerge for like 90 seconds, and then we don't know what's on it. We don't know if everything's in our way. We don't know what we're going into. What we have. That's the only way. And these aliens are behind us. So we could stay here and get eaten by aliens, or we could just stay here and drown and suffocate, or we can just kind of go now. And it's one of those things like that, where you're in something, you're doing it and everything. This person over here is upset with you. This person over here because you didn't do this, or this person wants to spend time with you. And you want to have fun, and it's a lot of things. So it's just like juggling. I'm definitely an artist. I know that. Like I definitely have that artistic vibe to me nowadays, and I've always been like that, and now I'm just more embracing it. So in any of one of those fields, 21 days, drawing, writing, reading, acting, that's the way I like to do it, And if I were to do academics, this is my academics. This is my version of it. Working out, running, walking, drinking water. What do you call it? Just something simple. Start off small, because before you know it, it's going to be the end of the year, and then January is going to come around, and then you're going to be like, I can do this again, New Year's resolution, whatnot. And then it's like all this time, just use the time you have. And when you start doing little changes, you'll start feeling them. You'll start feeling better. And don't worry about the past, and don't worry about the future. Just little by little by little, breathe, calm down. That's one thing I'm really good at doing. I tend to constantly be calm set of mind, because the kid was. I'm actually really chilled out right now because the kid was like having a fit right now because he's my son and he knows how to do shit to piss me off or just work my buttons. And I was just like, wow, look at this. This is a very mature thing of me nowadays. So let me hold on to that. Like, hey, look, you've learned this. You don't have to get upset or walk off or get mad or talk mess. You're just like, he's my son. He's me. So I'm not going to get mad at me for this. I'm hard on myself, but not like that. But like I'm saying, so anything in this book. So maybe my 21 days would be just picking up this book and reading it for 21 days. And I'm not going to do like that's a little more. At 21 days with just one book, I'm like, why bored? Let's try another book. Keep going and something with acting, or let's start because you can stop them. It's not like the habits are just like things that I was feeling like you have to do them for the rest. No, they're just little things you want to learn, or it's for an actor, it's perfect. Even with the bow staff, I've been picking the bow staff up a little every day and just little by little, just little by little, little by little. I have a quote on my Instagram that I love, and it's a C.J. original. If you take enough of a little bit, one day that little will add up, and you'll have enough. I gotta say it again, but it's basically saying that if you do something a lot enough, and fancy football is just, I'm done, man, I'm done. If you do something enough, you'll have enough at the end. That's enough to make magic. But let's see. I don't even know where it's at. I don't want to waste my time. But basically, saying you could use it with enough stardust, you can make a big enough powder to get an explosion to get you started, to make a big bang into your life. But don't be the main thing I recommend is don't be mad at yourself. Don't get mad if you don't do it right, or don't do it wrong, or you don't get it, or if you've been doing it wrong the whole time, but you've been moving. You've been doing it. Just do it, and tell yourself, all right, I got this. All right, I can do this. I have an arcade machine at the house. It's a little small one. We play has Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3, a couple other games, but mainly that's what we got it for. And it was a gift anyway. So I'll say that my son's been playing it because he could just turn it on and play it. It's at the perfect height for him. And I love that he's teaching himself how to use it. He's learning. In the last 3 weeks, he's taught himself how to do a lot of different things, but little things like that. So, spending time with him and just, because I'm like, we're not getting that time back. You're not getting that time back with your child. You're not getting that time back with your spouse. You're not getting that time back with your friends. So find out where you want to do it. When I was in my 20s, I was like, it looks like I was partying and drinking all the time, but I was just a mess and trying to figure it out. And that's what I was, when I said this to my therapist, when I was first started doing it, I was like, when you're doing it, when you're 21 to like 25, it just looks like a young person doing it. And they're like, they don't know any better. But if you don't figure it out by the time you're 26, 27 to 30, it's just a habit now. And it's a bad habit, I would think, getting drunk in public or doing drugs in public or just not caring about your well-being. I think at a certain point, you have to you kind of want to like switch it up a bit. And that's people that have a high awareness though. If you don't have a high awareness, if you're just kind of like, I don't care, or you're like, I don't know, it's like, if you have enough awareness where you're listening to me and you're like, oh, he's talking through experience or whatever. Like he's talking just like, okay, you're listening to me. So it means you can listen to yourself and you can be like, you know what? Yeah, I don't need to drink this or I don't need to eat that. Addiction is like, it's insane, man. Because look at the story I found out. So we'll jump into the story I found out about Johnny Lewis, and we'll go mental health on this part because movies. We'll talk about the movies right now, but this is gonna help me out with my movies because it's gonna help me be a better writer and actor because I'm practicing the monologue, but at the same time I'm reading. So when I go back to writing, I'm gonna be better at that. I love writing. Yeah, I have a passion for that, like now especially. So that's why I get ideas right now. I've just been like, I'm writing that down. I'm just writing everything down. I've shared this story before, but I'll have to share it later, not tonight, but about writing everything down, how I got that stuck in my head. But I totally forgot what I was doing. We were going. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. All right. So the story of Johnny Lewis. Here we go. See if I can find something real quick. I should have had it ready. All right. Yeah, so this is like this is like a weird story. Also there's I think Mr. Ballin did a story on that. Yeah, he did. About this guy. But like, let's see, maybe we can find it. This one looks pretty. So what I found out was because this is what I was doing. I was surfing the web and I was on IMDb and it said birthdays. And I said birthday this. It was a bunch of people. I was like, oh, look at all these people's birthdays on today. And I got to, it said, oh, look at this one, died in 2012. Oh, or 2014, something like that. I was like, Johnny Lewis, how come? And he was born 1983, or it's my age. So yeah, let me see what he's about. And as I was here, I'll actually just get it right, get the right information. There you go. He was born, 1983, October 29th, 1983. Died September 26th, 2012. But this is the crazy part. All right, let's just start. Let's go the way I did it. Let's show you. Let's do a little investigation here, shall we? Okay, we're gonna put that. I'm gonna show you that. I'm gonna reenact how I did this. He was also an oh, that's why too. He was in Aliens, and I've been watching the Aliens a lot. One of the Alien Resurrection, not Resurrection. Alien Requiem. All right, here you go. So his birthday had passed the other day. So I was like, okay. Born and raised in Los Angeles, California, in the middle of three siblings, Johnny began performing from the age of 5 at the small performing arts school, making his debut as a Kanaka candle. Pursuing the acting profession, he appeared with success in many TV and film projects, handling both drama and comedy with finesse. And I was like, oh, just keep reading. So you hit here, and then look at this. This is in his IMDb biography. What did I read? Oh, here we go. Cool. So you go down, you start reading it, right? It's a lot. But then I got to here, and it said it's a lot. But in late October 2011, he suffered head injuries from a motorcycle accident. Immediately, Thereafter, his thinking and behavior took a serious turn for the worse. He was arrested on January 3rd, 2012, for allegedly trespassing at a neighbor's home. He was beaten violently in the head approximately 17 times before the police arrived, causing further injuries. In jail, following an additional head injuries, he was diagnosed by the prison medics as suffering from internal bleeding in the brain. Despite the diagnosis of traumatic brain injury, and despite never testing positive for drugs that year, he was treated for psychosis and chemical dependency. 2 more arrests followed, including near drowning and another traumatic brain incident. Symptoms of traumatic brain injury included impaired judgment, sensitivity to light, and sudden, inexplicable violent behaviors. Typical of this misperception on the part of the law enforcement officials was the often quoted remark by the probation officer who expressed that Johnny suffered from mental health issues as well as chemical dependency. Prior to his injuries, Johnny had never had a brush with the law, and the toxicology report following his death revealed absolutely no drugs whatsoever in his system. In late May of 2012, the Santa Monica Superior Court allowed his admission to Ridgeview, a drug rehab center in Altadena, California. Though a drug rehab facility, the rest and quiet were a toxic from him, and he gradually over the summer regained himself. He wrote in a journal entry, "Felt more whole today, more complete, like parts of the myself had been stolen in my sleep and scattered all over the world, and they've begun to return. So I think better. My thoughts aren't being sent off on their own." He began planning for a return to acting via the stage and spoke of possibly bringing Shakespeare to inner city kids. In August, he tragically accepted the DA's offer to serve just a couple um, more days in jail in exchange for his freedom. The couple of days became nearly 2 months, during which he suffered additional abuse of violent downturn in spirits and health. Finally released in late September, he died in sad, disturbing circumstances on September 26, 2012. So I was like, well, that was a weird, that's kind of like a conversation with me lately in the last, like, if you talk to me in the last, since I've been doing this, I tend to go south a little bit, and not on purpose. I'm just like, oh, well, let's find out about this and let's talk about this. So, what do you call it? So reading that, right? Sam Crow. Is that the movie? What was I saying? Don't make me look it up. Sorry, I was reading all this. But what I was saying is with him, I was like, well, what happened to him? So if you go to his Wikipedia page, and this is where I'm it's all into something. So you go to this guy's Wikipedia page, right? So check this out. Just go to his death, which is insane now. So that's where he said that we left off on September 26, 2012. On September 26, 2012, at the age of 28, Lewis and his 81-year-old landlady, Catherine Davis, were both found dead at Davis's home in Los Angeles, California. Davis was known in Hollywood circles for operating the Writers Villa, a bed and breakfast for up-and-coming performers, directors, and writers in her home. Lewis, who had previously lived there in 2009, had recently moved back in. Police were called by neighbors after Lewis violently attacked 2 people at the property next door, and Davis was heard screaming. Officers from the Los Angeles Police Department, LAPD, and found Lewis's body on the home's driveway. Davis was found inside the house with severe head injuries. Her pet cat was also found dead in the bathroom. Oh, shit. Neighbors reported that Lewis had jumped over a fence to the next door property, assaulted a house painter and the homeowner, to whom Lewis had earlier introduced himself as John, your new neighbor, and then jumped back over the fence onto Davis's property. According to LAPD, Lewis then either fell or jumped from the roof, garage, or patio onto Davis's house. His death was investigated as a homicide, and it was later determined that he had killed Davis by manual strangulation and blunt force trauma to her head. An autopsy report released on November 29, 2012 stated that Lewis did not have any drugs or alcohol in his system when he died. Toxicology reports came back negative for alcohol, marijuana, cocaine, psychedelic drugs, or antipsychotic medication. There was no indication that Lewis had been pushed or that he jumped from the roof in an act of suicide. His death was ruled accidental. Uh, I thought I said homicide. Lewis' family has spoken out about his history of untreated head trauma, leading to some speculate that he developed psychological disorder, which led to a sudden spurt of violence. Son of Anarchy's creator Kirk Sutter tweeted about his death. It was tragic and for extremely talented guy who unfortunately had lost his way. I wish I could say that I was shocked by the events last night, but I was not. I'm deeply sorry that an innocent life had to be thrown into his destructive path. Yes, it is a day of mourning, but it's also an awareness and gratitude. Sadly, some of us carry this message by dying. He's being honest. I mean, that's what I'm saying, too. Like, where's the point of stopping someone like that? So he got into a point where he was just being real violent. And it kind of doesn't talk about too much. Because if you're getting arrested for this, he probably did doing it. I don't know. It's usually kind of getting away with it a few times or something like that. I know quite a few people that have head trauma, and I do believe in CTE. And CTE is from it could be either from one hit to the head with a blunt force object, and it changes you, or multiple hits to the head after a long period of time. It can break your psyche. And I do research on this, and it's mental health. I feel like I have a younger sibling that's suffering from this, so I always have a more of a curiosity, right? But that's like the reason I bring it. It's like he took a motorcycle hit. He's on the show Sons of Anarchy. Was he hurt on that? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. But or maybe was he practicing for a role that he's like what like it just says that it happens, and maybe to some extent people don't know what happened because no one was there, right? It's all by like this is what we were able to do. But this is interesting what I just read right here. When it said Son of Anarchy creator Kurt Sutter tweeted about his death. It was a tragic end for an extremely talented guy. So that's the first good comment you say, right? You do the good sandwich with the bad stuff in the middle and the good on the bottom. Who unfortunately had lost his way. I wish I could say that I was shocked by the events last night, but I was not. So that means he's used to seeing this, or he was hearing this, or he was around it, right? I'm deeply sorry that an innocent life, Davis, had to be thrown into this destructive path. So apparently Lewis was doing a bunch of bad things, right? Violent as well. Yes, it's a day of mourning, but it's also a day of awareness and gratitude. So he kind of leaves it like a shit sandwich, but it's like what I'm trying to say is that it's man, to me it's all in my head. It makes sense to me, but to express it or say it, like it'd be easier for me to to make a movie about this or to actually show all this and then for me to explain it. I don't know how to explain things these days too much like that. And I think that's why I do the other things of like learning so many things I like. But from just 2004 to 2012 in 8 years, he was able to do. Remember 2011, he took that lovely Molly. He took that incident. He got hurt somewhere here. So he was already. So he didn't go too far after that injury. He didn't go too far after that. So it's a raise your voice. Pretty persuasion. Underclassmen, Palo Alto, Alien versus Predator, Requiem. Saw that one. One missed call. Is that the? Oh, man, have I seen this one? I don't know. Felon and the Runaways. Hey, there's Val. Christian Stewart. That's a good, yeah. Dakota Fanning, 2010. So like it's just things. It's just food for thought for me, and understanding how some people go through life tragedies and whatnot. So make it lighten the mood, but just looking at that, how what do you call it? That story came out. Let's just watch a little video. Let's just watch a little bit, and then we'll move on from this because we got to get to the end already. But we're gonna go to this video and see because if you like Mr. Ballin, the guy that does the horror podcast. He does one on this.
Between 2011 and 2012. In 2012, he struck 2 men in the head with a bottle while engaging in a fight. He pleaded no contest to charges of assault with a deadly weapon in the case. The second arrest came about 6 weeks after the first, with Lewis accused of attempting to break into a woman's home. A probation official expressed that he was very concerned for the well-being of not only the community, but of the defendant, stating that Lewis suffered from mental health issues as well as a chemical dependency, and that he would continue to be a threat to any community that he may reside in. Lewis was arrested 3 times between 2011 and 2012.
So,
2012, he struck.
Why do some stars fall so hard? Take Johnny Lewis, the Sons of Anarchy guy. His life was like a movie. Started acting young, dated Katy Perry, and then, boom, everything flipped. In 2012, after a bunch of personal mess-ups, he did the unthinkable, killed his landlord and jumped off a roof. Crazy, right? No drugs in his system or anything. Just a lot of bad stuff piling up. Makes you wonder, what pushes someone over the edge? How much can one person take before they snap? It's a sad reminder that behind the fame, there's a real person dealing with real issues. Why do some
this is the
stars
internet
fall?
for you, right? Let's make it fun that Mr.
The show that made him famous was Sons of Anarchy. He appeared in the first 2 seasons of that show as Half Sack. That was the name of his character. And it was very successful and he was doing well. But he was unhappy with the role. And so he asked to be written out of the show. According to Johnny's father, quote, he told us he left because the show was getting into gratuitous violence. He didn't want to communicate that as an artist, end quote. So Johnny was very non-violent, and he never returned to television after that. Now the show that made him famous
That's
was
like,
Sons
what do you call
of
it?
Anarchy.
He does like Katy Perry one. Well, that's the whole episode, but I thought he had like a the Chileno Sanchez one. Oh, that's a crazy one. Anyways, so they even like the stories like that, like where are they getting that information from and talking, stuff like that. So it grows to be like it's all just stuff out there. But even like just what we gathered just from this conversation, like mental illness, mental health, really it's tough. It's not tough out there, and I think that can happen with the CTE and brain trauma and getting hit in the head. Can change you. I think it change you, and I don't think for the better, worse, whatever, creative, violent. It's just there's those patterns there, and got to learn to live. I don't know. You got to be aware of it, I guess. I mean, even like me with manic depression, people go, "Oh, you're bipolar." I was like, I don't know. I've never been diagnosed with that, but can't really change it. You can't just say you don't want to hear it anymore like this, or it's gonna be this. We need to change it because of that. Because of that. I'm like, sure. But I'm not going. I don't need to go back. This is a good form of therapy for me because when I even go back and be like, "What did I say this?" But I do kind of hear some of them, or I do want to go back and or when I hear the clips, and I'm like, "Oh, it's not too bad," because I could do the clips onto this. As long as the show stays within an hour and 20 minutes, you can get free. The AI does the clips for you. Once you get past there, it's on your own. So I try to keep it. Right, that's why a lot of interview ones that go very long. I can't do the AI clips. I gotta actually clip them myself. But what are we doing? All right. It's good. All right, so the movies I saw: Creature from Black Lake, 1976. PG, 1 hour, 131 minutes. 2 men exploring the Louisiana swamps encounter a Bigfoot type creature. This is one of the movies I saw on the Watch Movies with Purpose. I think I like doing. I want to say, like, keep my a lot of movies I've been watching from the 70s and the early 80s and the 50s and 60s, and they're showing me more about how to make a horror movie than I could ever wonder or thought of. A lot of the stuff is like I like the way it just feels like natural. I like the way it's very slow paced, but yet it still has a feeling of what they have with their budget and what they can do, and how they made a horror movie and how they tell a story. It's a story. It's a very linear story, but I like it. What lives here? 2024 mature audience, 1 hour 27 minutes. A junk removal company is lured to an out-of-state project by a real estate agent promising big bucks to remove the contents of a mansion with a sinister past. This is a movie by Troy Burbank. I've met the guy before in New Jersey. He's a New Jersey filmmaker. He's got a crew of guys. I haven't watched this. I don't know if this is a dark comedy or more of just a horror, but it's got the same guys that I fell in love with watching. What do you call it? On Their Own, the show about just a bunch of like older dudes that are just trying to make it. It's very what do you call it? Just independent, handmade, organic. That's what I like about this movie. Troy does know, but he just got into filmmaking like 2 or 3 years ago, and he just kind of took it by storm, just learning and going. And you can already tell, like I'm like, oh, check it out, look, they're growing as creatives. But man, it's I don't know, there's Andrew just cracks me up every time I see him on screen. So, and I met him in real life. He's a really nice guy. So let's move on to The Being, 1981, rated R, 1 hour 22 minutes. A mutated creature is wreaking havoc in a small town in Idaho. A police chief and a government scientist team up to save their rural town from its menace. The gore in this is I want to match it. I want to, it's cool. It's like journalism. We got to figure out who the killer is and whatnot, like Thing and all that. I like that. I have an idea for something. This movie inspired an idea from a shot from the movie for a friend of mine that I was like, I would kind of like to follow him around for a day, see if he was an alien, what would he do? So kind of like one of those things. Wouldn't even be like maybe we could do an hour, maybe less, but it was kind of one of those stories. Now, the movie that I just absolutely was like, when I was watching it, I was glued to it. I watched this movie. I don't know how many times I've seen it. I've seen it at least like more than 10 times in my life. I mean, I've seen it a lot. It was always playing in the background too. But I mean, where I sit down and seen it, where I watch it from beginning to end. Christine, 1983, rated R, 1 hour, 50 minutes. A nerdish boy buys a strange car with an evil mind of its own, and his nature starts to change to reflect it. So many things I pick up nowadays now because I'm all father and I'm looking at scenes like the dad or mother talking to their son, and I'm like, all right, so we're gonna have to do because he's gonna be rebellious, and as long as I example of what he can and can't do or should do, I don't know. But you see the main character Arnie, how he changes. He basically goes from Arnie to Arnold, but it's from his environment, just from buying a car, where you put it, the people you're around, the things you're doing, the new things that's changing you. Like this movie's very layered, and it doesn't put it out there on silver platter. You just pick up on it. There's a lot of things I love about it. I mean, basically the car kills him, by the way. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, but it's a great movie. It's just the way John Carpenter really puts a lot into his movies, like putting his name on it and taking his time and making it a really good movie. I love that about that. Christine is, I mean, I got, like I said a couple weeks ago when I had Christian Cortez on here, Christina, man, I really want to make Christina. And was it maybe we could just make it into a comic book or something? Maybe it doesn't have to be a movie, but that idea, I really want to bring it back. I want to bring it to life. But so watching, I mean, I don't know how much, I can't be watching movies every day because it's turning like then talking about them. I used to just watch movies and not do this, but now I'm like, all right, well, I do watch a lot of movies and I do have input and I am paying for services, and let's get some content out of this, right? Yeah. And so there is Dia de los Muertos was like yesterday and the day before. Let me just do a Dia de los Muertos and get a proper what do you call it? De los Muertos, Dia de las Muertes, Dia de la Noche. Okay, Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, is Mexican holiday celebrated on November 1st and 2nd to honor and remember deceased loved ones. It is a joyous and colorful celebration that includes building altars with personal items, food, and drinks, as well as decorating with marigolds and sugar skulls. The holiday is based on the belief that the living and the dead can be reunited during this time. So that was 2 days ago. But I'll say, yeah, I do miss a few people. So I don't have the photos ready, and I do have, but like my Uncle Charles passed away in May, and a big thing was with him was he was very supportive with me. And I can't even remember, like for a long time. I want to say since like 2010 or something. He always wished me happy birthday he always one of the first people who wish me happy birthday. And somewhere around there, like 2014, 2015, or maybe 2016, I was like, damn, Uncle Charles, like you always wish me, you're always the first person to wish me happy birthday, and it's sometimes not even like my birthday, and you already tell me. He's like, well, I'm always like an hour ahead of you, or he's like, I'm always like 14 hours ahead of you, or something like that. He said because he was in UK, and he goes, so I'll always your birthday always will always be there for your birthday, be the first one. And now he passed away, and I'm like, oh man, it's gonna suck. He didn't really do it at 41. He hit me up later, but he apparently he was sick. So my birthday's in March, and he passed away in May. But I'm gonna miss things like that. He's somebody that believed in me, even when I was a little kid. He's like, oh, I believe this guy can do that, and he can. And you remember things like that. So I always I feel bad that I didn't get to tell him bye, but I was always cool with him, and social media was like something I got to keep up with. And even though you're in a different part of the country or the world or whatever, and time is relative. So we're all at the same spot, same time, even when we don't know it. But the fact that he's gone, I'm like, adios. And when I used to drink, I used to like, this is where I'd drink my shots of tequila for everybody that I miss, and we're doing just 3 little shout outs. I know I had more people pass away, but just of the people that are relevant to my life. My wife's cousin passed away at like 50, and she was on a bunch of pain pills, or just not to say her business, but I think her brain things too, and I think shut her body down, like her kidneys and stuff like that. And I could be wrong, but I think her liver or something, her body started shutting down, and she passed away just like that. And she was she was a little bit. We're country in my family, and we're country, y'all. So she was very like, let's do videos, let's do that. And she was really supportive in that sense, but I always felt like she wanted to do it for herself. She didn't know how to, so she was trying to like get me to do a lot of her stuff. So I was kind of like, Jana, come on, like I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this. Just let me figure out what I'm doing. I don't know. But we'd go to the water park or theme parks, and we'd hang out. So she was family. And when she passed away this past year, it was just like, oh man, like I know it bothered my wife, and I know my family's, her side of family, like it's it was a hard loss. And I don't really know, but I know that her body shut down. So I think it had to do with some of the pills. That's my assumption. So no one told me anything about that. That's just what I'm thinking. And then recently, the comedy scene lost the stand-up scene lost what do you call it? A great person, a great personality. Even South by Southwest lost a really good person. And the film community as well. Samson Seablum, he passed away. He got in a car accident, and he was killed, and that sucked. And went to his mourning, where all the people went to like a brewery, and a couple weeks ago when he passed away, and we were just hanging out and talking about seeing how the people in the we reunite with him and everything. And then I mean how you reunite. He always knew everybody. He always like make sure everyone is having, like, just doing well. Not have a good time, but just make sure you're doing well. He always like talking to you. And when I was doing open up the packs, we like the 3 of the times I opened up the Marvel Masterpieces on my IG, he's in there commenting. You can hear me going, Samson, and I'm talking to him on there. So he got hit by a car going 94 miles per hour, and the driver was drunk with pills. And like, that sucks. Like, he survived, and we lost the person. He T-boned him. He was just driving, just driving. And then I find out later you find out there's an interview with his brother online, and that he was talking to his mom when he got in a car accident. He was like 46. He was really young. So like, this is a big deal. I'm not Catholic. I'm not religious, but I do like. I was raised around this, and my culture is very, very big on this. But also, like I said, they're Catholic as well. So but I do appreciate the people that we have in our lives. That we, for some reason, they're short-lived, or they're not around. They're not around all the time, or whatever, right? But so far, and I've lost a few other family members, but it was like just age, it's like the thing with Uncle Charles. It just feels like it's that thing where it's the photo uploads of you're smiling with a fishing rod, and then you're feeling sick, and then post, and then you're on a hospital that post, and then hey, my dad passed away, post, or like here's the the obituary, and it's just like boom, 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 like damn. So maybe I'm having awareness now of like just how precious life really is, and maybe it slows me down in other things because I'd rather take those moments in that might not happen again. But or you don't know, but at the same time, I do want to complete things. So I do, and I don't need to be yelled at and be like, "Oh, do this, that." I get it. I do it when I want. I'm an adult. I'm a man. I'm gonna, but I am completing things. I'm just not liking the end process. Sick and Twisted looks amazing, but a lot of my animations and my comic book stuff is not where it needs to be, like my jokes. But even like that, through process and through trial and tribulation, like writing and to me telling jokes and whatnot, I'm having fun. I have fun with that. I think I do a really good job with getting feedback and things. But we got acting this week. We got 3 shows. I say 3, but I'm technically acting in 2, and 1 I'm a tech. So yeah. And even here, I said, I hear, let's do a 21-day challenge together. I'll go first. I would like to get better at reading or at posting about material related to movies, acting, or stage. Starting today, I will start 21-day journey. Use this as a beginning reference point for yourself. Write down, I will always wanted to learn, dot, 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 whatever you like, and then fill in the blank with whatever it is you would like to do, and do that for 21 days so you can make it that your daily habit for in your life. So yeah, just day one, and you can easily track it down. You can just right, but I mean, you want to start a day point, and I tend to forget. Just do it wake up in the morning and just do it, like the running with the working out, all that. Just do it right away in the morning. I like to do it. Some people do it whenever some people can actually take the time. Like from 3 to 4, I'm definitely gonna sit down and do this. I'm more like nah. Depending on how I am around that time of day, I try to get over with, and that way I just have like the beginning part of something. Like with the title sequence, I'm just gonna pick what I want to do and do it because it's not coming out the way I want, and I'm looking for tutorials and certain things to help me. And it's not I'm not liking the vibe because I really want the movie vibe, and I feel like I'm finding cartoonish vibes, and I don't want to put that in there. I need to learn to break away from that. I want to make it more not 7, but that 7 intro where it feels you know what you're getting yourself into. A lot of my personality, my clown comes out. The payaso comes out a lot, and then my animations and my drawings and my stuff like that. So I have to learn to be aware and be like, hey, that's going to be a thing. So chill. But all right, we hit the end of the show. We're a little bit over. Thanks for hanging out. It's kind of like class. We're kind of doing like a online course, holding ourselves accountable. Yeah, because I have Out of Bounds Festival, Sick and Twisted. I'm hanging there with me, Josh. I actually I got the shirts for you the day you told me your shirt size. So I have the shirts, and I actually just have to do all the graphics and everything, and I'm focusing on the movie first, and then I want to move on to the next phase because I keep dipping into things, and I'm not completing anything, and where I'm completing it, it's not doesn't get my 100%. So we're getting there. We're so close to the edge, but like let's just do one final search because I want to show y'all something because I think it's very cool that we are doing something. How many days till the end of the year? Using the time because we have what do you call it? We have time right now, and we can do a lot with that. Even with finances, you can do a lot with time. We have 58 days from now. 21 and 21 is 42. So you can do this twice in this amount of time. So learn a habit, a hobby. But at the same time, sometimes it's like every other day. Like with me with stand up, it was like I'm gonna hit 21 Mondays in a row, and I did. That was my 21 weeks, but because it was only technically my days, but I had to use weeks because you can only meet up once a week. But yeah, so all right, y'all, I gotta go. Let's get this going. Yeah, pick something you like, and you want to read comic books, you want to watch movies, there's things that I like, so that's why people are here that I like. So maybe you can find a common interest in just do reading this 2 minutes and under. Like it's a they're good practices. I like it. Keep me conditioned. So when I also get on stage, it's like I'm not just, oh, what am I doing? I'm ready. All right, everybody. I'll see y'all later. You have a good night.